I'm so excited to teach you guys today. We're going to pick up where Miss Rich and Miss Montague left off with our story from the Little Hummingbird. And we're going to talk about pollinator characters who work hard to help others. Before we get started, I think we should sing a song because learning should be fun. So if you want, you can stand up, move around. If you remember the motions, you can sing with me. I'll move my face so that you can see the lyrics. We do what we can. We do what we can to make our space a better place. We do what we can. But what if I am small? But what if I am small? How can I do anything if I am not so tall? There's lots of things to do. There's lots of things to do. Look around the school you're in to find the thing to do. You can help your friends when they need a hand. Helping hands can make a difference all across the land. You can help your school to make it a clean place. Cleaning up the mess you make will leave no trace. We do what we can. We do what we can to make our space a better place. We do what we can. Now, I know we're not at school, but there are plenty of ways you can make your space at home and in your neighborhood a better place, but we'll talk more about that later. Today, we're going to be talking about characters, and we know that characters are the people or animals in the story. We're also going to be talking about how characters respond. I want everyone to say respond. Good job. Remember, a response is sometimes an action, what you do, or sometimes it's how you feel. We're going to review some characters that we know pretty well. Raise your hand if you remember the invisible boy. Brian was our main character. I'm going to read to you on this page about Brian, and I want you to think in your brain and tell someone around you, or just say it out loud, how did Brian respond? I'll read the words. All the kids laughed. All of them except Brian. He sits there wondering, which is worse, being laughed at or feeling invisible? Now I want you to answer the question, how did Brian respond? Here's another character we know, Mary Anning. And just to refresh your memory, in this picture, Mary Anning is with her dad named Pepper. Good job. And he is showing her her first curiosity. So think in your brain, how did Mary Anning respond? Uh-oh, there I am. And I have a problem. I don't know if you saw, but my coffee cup is empty. It's making me sleepy. How do you think Ms.Schewitz would respond to her problem? If you answered, go to the kitchen and put more coffee in her cup, you are correct. My problem is that I'm out of coffee and I'm tired, so my response is to get more coffee. You might have said that my response is yawning. That is also correct. All right, in my class, when we see the target, we get our arrows ready. We listen for Ms.Schewitz to say, go, and then the class says, I can do it. Now I'll read our learning target. I can determine the central message of the Little Hummingbird based on how the characters respond to the problem or challenge. Basically today, you're just going to talk about what you learned from the Little Hummingbird based on the character, which is the hummingbird, and how the hummingbird responds to her problem or her challenge. We, Miss Rich, Miss Montague, and I will know you've got it when you listen to me read the story, and then you're able to write about the Little Hummingbird. This is my writing. Little Hummingbird responded by trying to make her world a better place. She knew that she was small, but that did not stop her. She tried to put out the fire. 3 sentences. All right, now we're going to start reading the Little Hummingbird. But before you start reading, I want you to think in your brain what you already know about this story. If it helps you, you can go back and watch Miss Montague and Miss Rich, their previous videos. Here's a chart that if you were in school, we would have hanging up to help refresh our memory so that we can answer the question, what is the central message in the Little Hummingbird? Now, I know that you guys can read, but I'll just recap it real quick. We know that the story is taking place in the Great Forest. The main character is a little hummingbird, and she has a lot of friends, which are other animals of the forest. The problem is that the forest caught fire, and some of the animals responded by running away and not helping. But the little hummingbird, she helped because she carried water. Even though the fire wasn't put out, the little hummingbird did what she could. So today, we're going to answer the question, what is the central message? What did we learn from this story? And we're going to do that by looking closely at the hummingbird's response. So listen as I read. What can I do? Sobbed Rabbit. The fire is hot and I'm scared. The fire is so big, howled Wolf, and I'm so small. I can't do anything about this fire, quirked Frog. My wings will burn, cried Owl. All right, here's some things that the animals said. The rabbit said, the fire's hot, I'm scared. The wolf said, the fire's so big and I'm so small. The frog just said, I can't do anything. The owl was worried about her wings and that they would burn. But if we look at the hummingbird, we know that she has a different response. She's saying, I'm doing what I can. Little Hummingbird continued her work. She flew quickly by picking up more water and putting it drop by drop onto the burning forest. Finally, Big Bear said, Little Hummingbird, what are you doing? Now's a good time to stop and do what good readers do and ask and answer questions in our head. So a question that I asked myself as I was reading is, why is the bear asking the hummingbird, what are you doing? Here's what I think. Because the bear doesn't understand why she's trying to help, because she can't put out the huge fire. So I bet the bear is just confused. He sees her trying, but he doesn't think the fire is going to go away. Little Hummingbird looked at the other animals and she said, I'm doing what I can. She's doing a small thing to help put out the fire. She might be thinking, well, first I want you to answer. What do you think she's thinking? I think that even if she knows she won't succeed, she doesn't know if she can put out the huge fire, but she knows that she can try. It's better to do something than to do nothing at all. All right, we're done with the story. Clap it up for the little hummingbird. Now I want you to think in your brain, how did the hummingbird respond? You can say it out loud to a friend or a family member. You can write it on a piece of paper, or you can just think. But once you know how the hummingbird responded, you'll be ready for the next question. You have to write. That's right. Pick up a pencil and some paper and write. The words are all throughout this presentation, so you can go back if you need help spelling words like hummingbird, world, place. But the question you're answering is, how did the hummingbird try to make the world a better place? Now, once you write your answer to that question, you can take a picture, send it to your teacher on Dojo, text her, or you can put it in the comments below. Once you've answered the question, how did the hummingbird try to make her world a better place, you're ready for this very special assignment. Who in the world are these awesome kids? I see lots of cuties in Ms.Schewitz and Ms. Sutton's homeroom, and we miss y'all so much. We saw this picture, we cried a little bit. But we know you guys and kids in Ms. Roberts, Ms. Milton, Ms. Montague, and Ms. Rich's class can do something to make the world a better place. So we want you to go out and do something to make the world a better place. You don't even have to leave your house. You can clean your kitchen, you can make your bed, you can do something nice for your mom or dad. Anything that you can do, even if it's small, like Little Hummingbird, can make the world a better place. We would love for you to reach out to us and tell us what you did to make the world a better place. We miss you and we love you and we can't wait to hug you and we can't wait to see you. Adios.